Miklas is here. Veronica is here. Petra is here, though she's very silent. Hello, Petra. And Florian is here.
Nice to talk to you.
How are you? How were your holidays? Did you have any holidays?
I did, yes. I went, so right after Christmas, I went to Oslo and then to Helsinki for New Year's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was really nice. Did you get some time off?
I had almost 3 weeks.
Almost 3 weeks? That's amazing.
Yes.
Did you go anywhere?
I went to Sweden, but only for New Year's. And I also went to Denmark, but it's sort of on the way, so it doesn't count. My Danish sister has a baby. She got a baby in October, so we had a tiny baby to look at and, be happy about.
Baby to look at.
Well, I mean, when they're 2 months, you can't really do much with them, right? They eat, they poop, they sleep, they cry. That's it. They can't even crawl around yet. So there's not much to do with them when they're that small. Then when they become bigger, you can play with them. But
Sorry, did you say your Danish sister had a kid?
yes, because I have a Swedish sister and a Danish sister. So I'd normally, when I talk to them, I say my Swedish sister or my Danish sister. Or actually, I call my Swedish sister my sister, and my Danish sister I call my Danish sister.
Cute. I'm really boring. I just have Slovenian sisters.
Well, I think that is okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I've reminded in the chat that people who are in the room and not members of the board should please underline 40 register as guests in the pad that I linked in the chat so that we know who's present. Thank you.
Hello.
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 Hello. Great to see more people. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us out of 9. It's still not yet great, so I would wait a few more minutes, or do we believe that someone will be excused? Elizabeth and Alessandro will be altogether 7, so we are missing Hamza and
Cedric.
Cedric, that's true. Hamza and Cedric. Maybe time to kind of like remind them using all the available all the available tools. Does anybody have any contact for Cedric?
I haven't had a chance to speak to him this year, actually.
It's not yet that bad when we are talking about just this year. Hey, Maya.
Hello.
Sorry for being late.
I think Cedric has joined the chat, so I think we're more or less all here.
Okay, that's great. So let's start. Thank you so
Sorry,
much.
except Honza, who is not here yet, but he has a tendency to be a bit late. So
He replied that he will arrive in at something like 10 minutes. So I think that's well above the limit of 15 minutes, and I would start. So I'm officially, and let's let him join later. So I will officially open the meeting. It's 18:40, and unless there are any objections, I would be chairing the meeting. Since there are no objections, so my very first question would be, who would volunteer as a secretary for the meeting? Would we have some volunteer?
Except when I have to talk about the financial stuff, I can for sure help.
That will be very helpful, and I hope the others can help you when you would be talking. So let's have Alessandro there. I see there is a recording coming from Pirates on Air. Just for the sake of clarity, I do remind that we are doing recording, and by being here, you participate in public meeting that is recorded, and with all the consequences for the privacy protection and data protection. So that's the record. I think we have a list of the rules of procedure and the pad. And as very first thing, we can we should approve our agenda. So you will find the agenda on the line 46 and farther on. So please look there whether you are satisfied with the proposal and you would like to discuss something else in the framework of this meeting. So are there any proposals, comments, questions? Seems not to be the case. So I would like to ask you to vote on the agenda on the line 84 and farther on, if you are in favor of the agenda, and you can also approve the minutes from the last meeting on the line 98. It's just the following one. And I wasn't here, so I should not comment on that. So the agenda seems to be approved by at least majority of us. So I would go further. We have no decisions to be taken in between the meetings, do we? Or do Alessandro, was there something regarding the payments we would have to approve, or is this approved?
Regarding, sorry, Mikuláš, I forgot.
Do we have any decisions that have happened between the meetings that should be approved regarding payments, or that was solved without a decision or formal decision, wasn't it?
I think it was solved, but now it's the only thing that I changed from my side was the just the annual 2023 budget final count that has actually changed for only for €50, but nothing else.
I see. Okay, but this is something we will approve later on within the decisions without discussion. So I'm skipping or like there is nothing to be verified within point 0.5. Written reports can be added. So time and price for the next board meeting, as there is a proposal. So the next board will be actually elected on January 27th. So this seems to be our last meeting today, and therefore we are just effectively about to call for the, let's say, their first meeting. I mean, like, we cannot like fully assume that they will follow it, but let's assume that this, or let's take it as our recommendation. So there is a proposal to do it on the 28th of January in the morning hours at 10 from 10 to 13. So basically the procedure would be that on during Saturday we elect the board, and Sunday morning the board has the first meeting in hybrid form from Luxembourg and online. I guess we would follow the similar procedure as we did with this board in Strasbourg. Are there any questions, comments, and so on regarding this one? Because if it's not the case, then I would suggest let's vote on this decision to call the next board for January 28th from 10 to 13. And as a subsequent questions to do, there is this approval of the 2023 accounts, which have changed, as Alessandro mentioned previously. So you may confirm that change on line 121 and further on. Yeah, so both decisions seems to be approved. So I would go to the next point on the agenda, which is the Luxembourgish CEP event. As you know, it was foreseen that on 28th of January, there would be signing of the Common European Election Program, but things evolved over the time, and we have been also alerted that Luxembourgish hosts would not be actually able to bring the media to the presentation itself. So the proposal is actually to cancel the, let's say, official part of the of the external part of signing on 28th, and integrate it with the meeting of Luxembourgish pirates that is supposed to happen there. So we will have the presentation as part of their schedule. So basically, the idea is that we will not run it as formally as part of PPEU Council, but rather as part of Luxembourgish Pirates meeting. Are there any questions, comments, and so on? Seems not to be the case, as people are already voting. So if you have not yet cast your vote, you may do so on the line 138. Yeah. Then next point is use Discourse for candidacy of presentations for the elections of the next council meeting. Basically, the idea is that as we usually ask the candidates to actually provide this, the respective data among themselves regarding curriculum and also their visions, answers to the questions from the council members. The idea would be to actually use Discourse for that purpose. So people are actually able to provide their content, first of all on their own, and secondly in advance before the council meeting. So for the sake of better transparency and of accountability of the whole process. So that's where we are. Are there any questions, comments, and so on regarding this one? Seems not to be the case, and there are people already voting again. So please do cast your vote on this decision on the line 145. So we are there, and that seems also to be approved. And we can go to the next point on the agenda. We are super fast this time, which are discussions without decisions, and regarding the preparations for the upcoming council meeting, the 15th one on 27th of January. Probably needs a little bit more focus. I think Florian is currently in charge, so maybe I will transfer you the word just to update us about the status.
Yes, so quickly, the things are pretty much settled, the date, the place, of course. We were talking about how to gather information and register participants, but it's bound to happen soon, as we settled on a solution already. And then the other items, the chairs, the minute takers are not very decisive, but the other points, as the technical support of the meeting and all the tools we would have on site, haven't been discussed yet, although they are very important in order for the meeting to be conditioned for the online attendance and participation. So I'm guessing that would be the main thing to be addressed from now on. So yeah, basically get the registration form going. This way we can settle the food allergies stuff, to schedule the catering, and then the technical stuff will need to be dealt with.
I see. So we need to distribute the roles. So I guess we are talking about the chairs, the minute takers, and the scrutinizers. Or yes, there is a hand risen from Alessandro.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I think that the last meeting was really one of the best one. I mean, the Brussels one, and I can remember perfectly that minute takers were amazing, and voting stuff was amazing. So, in my opinion, the easiest way is to check if we can sort it out. Because as you remember, one of the key points was to have this minute takers team plus very close to the chair. So my proposal is to have to see if we can have this little team all together in Luxembourg. That would be extremely. Of course, we can have everyone else helping remotely. That's absolutely not an issue. But I would start to investigate if from the people that can be there, from those of us that can be there in Luxembourg, if there are enough people to do this. In my opinion, it sorted out very well. I can remember that it was one of the most critical and effective meeting. Thanks.
Makes very much sense. So maybe when we are talking about the registration form, maybe use it also for let's say collecting the data or the data like offers from the people, whether they would volunteer as minute takers or and so. Does that make sense? Florian, would it make sense to actually include the request for let's say minute takers and other officials for the meeting to also to the registration form?
Yes, it would make sense.
Yeah. So I would suggest following. Let's add it to the registration form, and then when we have some like list of offers, we would search through it, prepare together with Bob a proposal for the team, and then give you the let's say list of people to actually propose parallel before the meeting itself. Alessandro?
Yes, maybe I missed something. Do we have already set the deadline for this registration form or not?
As far as I know, no, we haven't.
I suggest to at least to decide it, so because I think that it's even if the registration form is not yet ready, it's important to understand also from an organizational point of view when at least which is the last day that we can consider to be acceptable for us to organize the meeting properly.
I will say at least a few days, but
So something like 23rd? Or 21st?
I will maybe suggest the first deadline of 21st, and then we assess the situation and maybe send out another invite or call for people to register. And if they will be accepted until the 25th or something.
Yep. Okay, makes sense.
It's like the priority is to get it out as soon as possible, and then we will manage along the way.
Yeah, and we will list the people who are let's say on site and same time willing to help with the administration on the 22nd or 23rd and send it to the board channel MetaMost to approve it parallel. Okay, I think that makes sense. Questions online 172 and 173. Yeah. Please add in online 172 or 173 whether you are present online or offline for the Luxembourg event. Yes, when we have the registration form available, please let's communicate it on the all the like possible platforms. So we have the people registered because it's quite already late. Florian Map, do we need to sort out anything else with the preparation of the meeting? Please.
I can't think of anything else. If anything happens, it will be last minute stuff. The most important part is to make sure that the online attendance will be possible and in good conditions.
That certainly has to be verified with the Luxembourgish Pirates. Or MAP?
If I can jump in, I think if I remember, Pirates on Air has promised that they will be able to broadcast it. And Bastian, since you're here, you will also be able to assist with the streaming, right? To do it like with the previous two meetings that we use primarily Jitsi for the meeting. Yeah, so we know that the tech side is in order. Oh, if Bastian isn't by the keyboard right now, we just need to double check that all the tech thing is taken care of. But we can do that. We don't need to discuss that now. We just need to remember to do it before the meeting, so we don't end up at the day of the meeting and something is missing.
Okay, let's check together a map so that it happens. Veronica?
Do we have a document somewhere with a to-do list? What to do? Because I was searching for it in the channel on Mattermost, where in the working group, and I couldn't see anything. It would be very useful to have like a tick list of things that we need to do and check, including things like catering on the spot and things like that.
Well, honestly, Bastian used to have one in the past that was very useful, but I'm not aware of any other list of to-do list to organize an assembly.
Alessandra, could you please either link it in the board meeting or send it to the Mattermost?
Yeah, you're right. I remember that we have a template. I have to search for it, and once I found, I will pass it to the Mattermost chat.
Thank you.
This is certainly something we should have in Wiki for future.
By the way, I just have a confirmation from Carl that, for instance, he would be in Luxembourg as well. So probably he could help also with the minute takers team. So just additional information.
That will be very useful. Also, we need to keep in mind that especially the people who are running for the board would not be able to, in that respective time, to neither chair nor take minutes, or probably should not take minutes at the point of time when they are being voted on. Which I think he's running, isn't he?
Yes, but I think a lot of the people involved will be running, so we'll just need to make sure that we have enough people that the people running at any given time can skip that part.
Yeah, I agree, because running even for the next board, I mean, if you're running for a position, you are not involved 100% of the time. So maybe if you have enough people, we can have a team and switch together, help together.
Yep, makes sense. Okay. I'm a bit reluctant to close the point on the agenda, as we have not yet found a to-do list. But of course, could be helpful.
Well, I think it's something that we can do asynchronously when Alessandro finds it, or we can just make one and add stuff in there. But yeah, I'm starting to be a bit nervous about the timing because the meeting is in 2 weeks and there's still a lot of stuff that we don't know or hasn't been decided. So kind of need to whip ourselves in a shape, I think, a bit.
Well, the only urgent thing we have is that we need to send out the annual accounts because they have to be sent out 2 weeks before the meeting. But I will help Mikuláš with that so that they are sent out in time. That's a statute-based deadline.
Yes, that's one part of the trick, but we still have like 2 days to do it. And the other thing is really the registration form.
Was it Florian? Was it you who were talking about in the Mattermost channel about the registration form? Is it something that is going to be sorted in that working group, or shall we just volunteer someone to take care of that?
It is pretty much sorted. We only have to press the buttons from now on. Basically, it's Becky from the Luxembourgish Pirates who will be doing it. We all came to the conclusion that we would use her solution, so we only have to make sure she does it, which she most probably will. She's very active and stuff, so no problem.
That's great. So I would say, let's say the political decisions that have to be done, we have done, or either we would postpone them to the point when we have like a list of people participating on site, and we are able to propose the minute takers and the other roles. And the final part will be done using Discourse in the week in advance before the meeting itself. So with that, I would say we are fine with the preparations of the 15th council meeting, and we have one more point on the agenda, which is hand over to the next board. Basically, we should discuss how to transfer, let's say, our tasks to which were not finished to the next board. I guess some of the people might continue being re-elected because I know that some people run for the board again, but still there will be new people. I guess what is probably needed is to transfer both the list of the tasks, which is in the Mattermost linked to the board channel, and is there anything else which is supposed to be transferred? Yeah, and there is a proposal that the former board members shall participate in the first board meeting, which I think is actually a good idea. Certainly we should, we cannot order anyone, but we can invite everybody.
I think it would be very helpful if those among the board who know that they are leaving could basically make sure to compile the projects they've been involved with that haven't been finished in a list and send to me, and then I can compile the whole thing. If it's not already on the Mattermost board. And if there's people leaving without reaching out to me, I will then know to hunt them down in a friendly way and remind them around the time of the meeting or just after, so that we don't miss things because people are on their way out. And then we will have to sort of distribute that to people in the next board or see what we want to do with those projects.
Yes, that's certainly one part of the thing. Plus, second thing which shall be stressed, we will need the new people, or actually everybody within the board, to provide the respective personal data for the purpose of registration in Luxembourg. That's something we will need to request.
Yes, so if you're a board member and you're running for re-election, make sure to check with Maya if you've already provided everything she needs to be able to register the new board.
Yes, I think we can point out that Maya is currently tasked to help with this effort, or delegated to help with this effort, and hopefully the new board would prolong the delegation further on. Okay, I think there are we have generally the idea how to do the handover. So I would maybe move to any other business. Is there any other business we would like to talk? Alessandro.
Sorry, I don't want to ruin this most efficient and super fast board meeting ever, even though the one you missed last time was probably the second most fast and effective meeting, right, Veronica? Because she was
Still someone ruined my timing on that one.
Yeah. So I would like just only to inform you, because I think it's good to inform you, and also because I want at least your feedback on it. I waited for the approval of the 2023 final account, and then I would like now to send out the invoices for the 2024 membership fees for two reasons. First, because it's good, in my opinion, to do this the very first days of the year anyway, and secondly, because it's very fruitful. I experienced, and I think that we all experienced from the past, that when you at least remind or send out invoices close to a council meeting, they are very much more sensitive, because the council meeting is coming, every party is active, or at least more active than before, so everyone is ready to pay it. We have 2 weeks basically that I think personally it's enough to arrange payment, a wire transfer, if money are not going to be exactly in the account, but they parties are telling that we paid and they just provide something. I think that we can accept it as a valid payment. So that's my proposal. So it has a lot of advantages. The only little drawback I would like to tell you, I remind you that once I issue this, and we should consider anyone be able to vote unless they pay, right? Because it's the invoices has been set, and membership fees for 2024 should be paid right before the meeting. For me, it's a good compromise, but I would like also, if you have suggestions or something, or any kind of feedback, to tell me. So unless there is a strong opposition for the board right now, I will send it out. Thank you. You know, I love the French, you see? French rules. Okay, that's it then. Thank you. Mikuláš, thank you. If you can hear me, I gave you back the floor to you. I can't give you back the floor to you, Mikuláš, because you left the meeting. Now Mikuláš joined back the meeting. So Mikuláš, if you can hear me, I give back the floor to you.
I don't know how long it will work.
You have, yes, network issues, right? Yes, you're right. He's transferring sharing to Veronica, sorry. So Veronica, I can give you back the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. So, any other business? Anyone else? Nope. So, in that case, I am officially closing the meeting. It's 16 minutes past 7, and I shall see most of you or some of you in Luxembourg in a couple of weeks' time. Have a fun time. Hansa.
Just a shortish question. I'm not sure if my microphone works.
Yeah, it is. It's
Okay.
working.
So is there any possibility of helping out with the council in hybrid form? Because to be honest, I think I'm probably not going to attend because I mean we already have this discussion in our the platform about how we can get there, and like I've been sick very often this winter so far, and like 8 hours in a car sounds like a recipe for me to be sick again. So I think I'm just going to stay home.
Also, sounds like you do not trust my driving.
No, that's not. I'm not saying I will be sick from the driving. I'm just because this winter to be like very unstable, so the temperatures change a lot, and so whenever I'm at some event where we go outside, we go inside, we go outside, we go inside, I then end up sick, and then I miss out for like a week for my work, which like I've already been sick for like 2.5 weeks this winter, and I think that's been enough.
Well, I think we can still help with note taking. It can be done,
Minutes,
remotely as well.
because
Yeah.
I think like I've heard it mentioned several times that it's preferred for